My niece, too, passed away. I'm 23 female. Not sure if I can forgive my sister, 23 female. Long-time lurker, first-time poster. On mobile, sorry for any format issues. I guess I just need to vent? I'm sorry if this isn't the right place for this. Too long did not read. My niece passed away partly due to my stepsister's irresponsibility. Not sure how to process how I am feeling. My stepsister, 23 female. We'll call S, has always been impulsive and irresponsible. After being burned enough times, I decided to distance myself, and recently made that distance greater by moving 6 hours away. Despite our rocky relationship, I genuinely wanted the best for her. When S told me she was pregnant, I wasn't surprised but I was nervous. Things were okay for a while. My niece's dad is not present and is serving time for murder. My stepsister's then boyfriend, L, stepped up for the first year. Things get physical between S and L, they break up. S begins dating P, 32 male. My sister is vague on details, not much is known about the guy, other than he has 3 kids from previously relationships. S and my stepmom have a strained relationship. Lots of unresolved trauma, so my stepmom compensates by bending to S's whim despite S treating her terribly. Anytime S needs a babysitter, my stepmom will do it. S does not hold a job long and heavily depends on my stepmom financially. Basically, S repeatedly makes stupid decisions and never faces any lasting consequences. Moving to today, S and P had my nephew 3 weeks ago. I received a phone call from my dad informing me, my niece was found not breathing and she's gone. He didn't have any more information to give and said he'd call back. He finally calls after 6 hours and tells me S was even in town, she was 2 hours away having a girls' night with her friends. What I'm being told is that my stepmom babysat my niece and nephew. P took my stepbrother, a 18 male, out to celebrate his birthday. P picked up just my niece from my parents and took her home. P says he woke up to check on my niece and found her foaming at the mouth. He says he gave her CPR but she started foaming more. That's all I know. My dad said a detective and CPS were coming by to interview him and my stepmom and had to let me go. I don't know what to think. I'm angry, scared, heartbroken. It just all sounds so avoidable. I want to feel for S but I can't. I have so many questions. I loved my niece to pieces. She made such a huge impact on me in her short 2 years, I'm struggling to come to terms with. I feel so much anger towards S I don't know it's warranted or misplaced. How do you mourn the loss of a child that isn't your own? How do you mourn the loss of what could have been? I'm not seeing how this is S's fault unless I'm missing something huge and obvious. She was on a girls' night. Something that's totally valid for parents to need a break every once in a while. Niece was being looked after by stepmother and then P she was never left alone. Parents sleep and leave their kids in a crib. That's normal. What do you think S did? You don't even know why or how she died. I'm not seeing how this is remotely her fault. How does this sound avoidable? Every parent has to leave their child with a sitter now and then. The tragedy happened there. I do not see how you can blame her for that, maybe for other stuff but not that. Also go seek out help from a professional or talk to your family. You're blaming your sister since you've seen her as irresponsible and reckless her whole life, but this sounds like a health case until the cause the death is found. She was also under supervision the whole time. It's possible she was prone to seizures but never tested or allergic to something. That would have definitely been a responsible thing to see, but those probably need to happen at time frames for children. Please try your hardest to not blame your sister. I know it hurts and it's an easier outlet but she's also in a lot of pain too. I'm so sorry for what happened and I could not even imagine what you're feeling right now. Definitely reach out to a medical professional for more help and remember that she'll always be with you. How are you blaming your sister for a death you don't even know what the cause was? And who are you to determine whether you get to forgive her when you know no facts and her child just died? Are you saying this P killed her? Get the facts and get grief counseling, and if you're going to be blaming your sister when she's dealing with a trauma you cannot fathom, you should probably stay away from her. This is your grief talking. It's normal to want someone to blame for an innocent child dying. Our minds can't cope with the unfairness or meaningless of it, so we put all the anger and despair onto someone and something to make it manageable. You're going down the what if rabbit hole and have managed to make 2 + 2 = 5. For all you know she died of natural causes and would have died even if you or S had been the one looking after her. If P is responsible then that is their fault, not your sister's. Take time out to look after yourself. Cry and grieve the loss of your niece. Remember your niece and your love for her. Why are you blaming S? She did nothing wrong in this situation. She was on a girls' night out and left the baby with a babysitter, your stepmom. Then P came and took baby and baby started foaming while under P's watch. Nowhere in this situation is this S's fault. S didn't just leave their kid all alone. S was responsible and got a babysitter. Why does my boyfriend lick in between my boobs? My boyfriend has a weird habit. He likes to lick in between my boobs. Not my nipples or anything. Like he sticks his face between them and licks that area. I am confused as to why he likes doing it so much. It feels awkward, but I let him do it because he likes it so much. Why does he like it so much? He says he loves it because it feels endearing, but all he's doing is licking between my boobs. What's so endearing about that? Life cold, life hard. Titty soft, titty warm. Sounds like a valley to die on. Sweat? Boobs on his face? Warmth? I really don't know. Sex is silly fun and it doesn't have to make sense. My boobs are small, but my boyfriend loves to stick his face between them and kiss and lick. IDK why he likes it so much, but I'm definitely very okay with it. My girlfriend has huge tits, and when we snug or just relax I stick a few fingers or my whole hand between them and just chill. She always asks me to explain the male fascination with boobs, and there is no answer. She loves it, so I really have no explanation for you. Lol. Who knows? But boobs are the best place to be in this world. Licking between them is something I've never done, but close enough I guess. He's got a titty on each check, life is good. So I didn't let her, 31F, go through my 28 male laptop and she blocked me. Me and my girlfriend have been dating for 2 years. Saturday we went out and had dinner and we picked up her parents and dropped them home. Then we went out to do her laundry. We put the clothes into wash and we head to the bank I needed to get money for my father. I took out $500 and while at the drive-through ATM my girlfriend wanted to see my wallet. I took out my cards and receipts from dinner because I didn't want her to see it. She got mad, then said I don't trust her. We went back to laundry and fought a bit. I ended up crying. Before I dropped her home she wanted to go through my phone, so I let her go through it. I have nothing to hide. We made up and ended the night on good terms. Sunday I slept all day and then I woke up texting her she was cooking food for me as a surprise. I had to go to Target to return some headphones and she needed a case of water for her and her sister. So I got them water and popcorn as a surprise because she loves popcorn. I get there and I help her bring the stuff inside. She goes into my car and then takes my book bag out. She was like, "It's heavy." She then asked if my laptop was in there. I said no because I don't remember if I took it out and put it to charge. But it was in the bag. Then she takes it out and she wants to keep it for the night. Mind you, I have nothing to hide, but I have sensitive data, bank information, credit card information, social security numbers on my laptop. I having budgeting software with a lot of data that is only for my eyes. She got upset because I didn't let her keep my laptop for the night. I told her that I wanted to apply for jobs and do research for parts for my new car I bought. She was like, "It's a bullshit excuse." She put the laptop in my car, walks away and then blocks me at 9:30. I texted her and told her to come take it, but she had already blocked me. I would have went inside and given it to her, but her sister's was home and I wasn't sure if she was properly dressed. Last thing I wanna do is walk in on her sister not in proper clothes. So she unblocked me at 12 a.m. and now I am not even sure what to say. She wanted to give me her laptop to use for the night, but her laptop doesn't have my software and information, which would have been an inconvenience for me. I know that I'm not wrong in this. You should leave. I've seen your other posts. Nah dude, she sounds crazy controlling. Red flags everywhere. Dude, she got so many red flags that even the Communist Party would be jealous. Run like Bolt and don't look back. I'm sorry to say, coming from a girl who used to be insecure back in her 20s, that your girlfriend actually sounds rather controlling and unhinged. You're right, you're not wrong on this. If she can't respect your privacy, she needs to let you go, honestly. Info. Has she caught you cheating before? Or looking at porn? Or talking to some women that she considers to be flirting, cheating? I'm of the opinion that full, unfettered access to my personal data is spousal privileges only. You have a right to privacy, no matter how much or little you use it on your day-to-day life. She wanted to use your laptop, you said no. Full stop. No explanation needed. Tell her that you are looking for a mature, stable and supportive partner who doesn't need to block you or go through your devices to prove you are being faithful. Now I don't know you or your relationship, but have you or anyone in her past given her a reason to be suspicious, or is she just being childish and immature and snoopy? Therapist thinks it's okay to be groped by husband. My, 27F, husband, 32M. Ben has been seeing a therapist, 37F, and last session they discussed intimacy with Ben and I. My issue is every time Ben touches me he turns it sexual. I could be crying and he tries to sleep with me, cuddle, touch on the leg, everything turns sexual. Ben gropes me all the time and has done it in public. He says he is just so attracted to me, but I just end up feeling disgusted and disgusting. Apparently therapists said I should be happy about it and she would love it. I feel so sick and dirty. I can't believe a therapist could say that. Maybe I am missing something. I just feel violated and he knows it. Ben tried the usual yesterday and the therapist convo came up. I told him I fear when he gets close cause I feel like he just wants sex and I feel dirty. His response was that he should masturbate more then. I flipped out and just was so upset. I just wanted to be told that he would try and touch me and not turn it sexual always. I want to be touched but not sexualized always. Am I missing something? Ladies, would you be happy if every touch was sexual from your partner? What am I missing? Edit to add this comment I made earlier. I think the therapist actually said it. She has said a lot of questionable things before, such as how much she can't connect with people because she comes from wealth, or talks about her husband leaving this around the house. I would not put it past her to say that, and the words she said, most women would love that. I would love my husband to be all over me. Then husband said I feel like a sexual object when he does, and she said, she should feel lucky and she is a sexual object. And, yes, when I am crying he will get aroused by being close to me while he is giving me a hug and try to sleep with me. This is not an exaggeration in any way. I have nothing to gain by exaggerating. I suspect the therapist did not actually say that and your boyfriend is lying to you. Ben gropes me all the time and has done it in public. He says he is just so attracted to me, but I just end up feeling disgusted and disgusting. I just feel violated and he knows it. Why are you trying to stay with this guy? Why make this work? Just reading this post makes me feel gross. This doesn't have to be your life. I made a career switch a few years ago and became a therapist. No competent therapist would say that. My suspicion is that your boyfriend is either outright lying to you or completely distorting the therapist's words. Whether or not other women would enjoy getting groped by their husbands doesn't matter because you don't like it. Not sure what more there is to say here. Maybe I'm missing something. Are therapists supposed to insert themselves into your relationship as in what they would do, feel? Maybe it's time to find a better qualified professional. You didn't go to therapy to give the therapist therapy. He is probably lying about what the therapist said.